The biggest mistake I made in my 20s was believe that there was a finish line. I was so goal-oriented. I just thought if everything got done as quickly as possible, I would end up in the perfect place by my late 20s. I could just coast after that. During my first degree, I graduated early, took on 2 minors, worked 2 part-time jobs, and babysat on the weekends. I graduated with a 3.95 GPA. 6 months later, went back for a second degree in nursing. It was a 12-month accelerated program. After my nursing degree, I went straight into an ICU that was extremely high acuity. The patients were extremely sick and the personalities were tough. Because I had so much exposure to anesthesiologists and CRNAs before I went to nursing school, I knew I wanted to be a nurse anesthetist. The schools in my area had 2 to 3 year wait lists. So as soon as I hit the 18-month mark of nursing, I started my applications. There was a last-minute dropout spot available to me at the University of Pennsylvania, right up the street. I was called in for an interview shortly after I applied, and I started CRNA school a month later. Most programs at the time were 27 to 36 months long. This program at the time was 24 months long, and yet we had some of the highest number of clinical OR hours in the country because we started in the OR so early and took no breaks. My first CRNA job was in a level 1 trauma center. I used to take trauma call. I also got on the cardiac team there. And at one point was one of the clinical coordinators to bring SRNAs into our new clinical site. It seems like every time I hit a milestone, I just added on more work and never took a break. In the midst of all that, I got married, started on TikTok. The pandemic hit and my time on social media grew, which became like yet another job. And I never freaking stopped. I ended up getting a divorce, quitting my job, moving to New York City, and starting all over in September of 2022. I'm not gonna act like I've learned to take a break. Since then, I've teamed up with my business partner, Anna SRNA, launched Confident Care Academy, took on more social media platforms. But I'll tell you this, I am undoubtedly the happiest in my life that I've ever been. And starting over now in my 30s has made me realize you can reinvent yourself as many times as you wish.